Welcome back, you guys. Today's last video of the 4 weeks to fill your freezer challenge is snacks and desserts. If you haven't already seen in the series, we've done breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's a link down below where you can view all 3 of those videos. So let's just jump right into the snacks and desserts. Okay, we're gonna make some peanut butter energy bites. These are so yummy. So you're gonna need 1 3/4 cup rolled oats, 3/4 cup peanut butter, 1/3 cup honey, 1/4 cup chocolate chips. We're going to combine all these ingredients in a large bowl, and then using a cookie scoop, we're gonna roll the mixture into a small ball and place on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. We're gonna place it in the freezer, and then when they are somewhat frozen and they're not gonna stick together, we're going to then transfer them. Super easy. Next, we're gonna make cinnamon rolls. Use your favorite cinnamon roll recipe. If you don't have one, click on the link below for my Cinnabon cinnamon roll recipe. I got this from my friend Emily, and it's amazing. This is an easy dessert to have on hand. We love cinnamon rolls in our family, and we don't make them that often, well, because the time that it takes to make them. There's 2 ways that you can freeze your cinnamon rolls. You can put them on a baking sheet with parchment paper or wax paper, put them in the freezer, not touching each other. When they've been in there for a few hours, you can take them out, put them in a Ziploc bag, and have individual cinnamon rolls ready to go. Or you could put them in an aluminum pan, wrap it with saran wrap, and then put aluminum foil on top. And that's just what I did. When you're ready to have these, take them out of the freezer, let them sit out and rise, and then bake according to your recipe's instructions. To celebrate the fall season that we're in right now, let's do some pumpkin recipes. We're gonna start with pumpkin bars. We're gonna make this in 2 bowls. This bowl, I'm gonna add my eggs, vanilla, oil, and the pumpkin. We're gonna mix this on medium speed until it's light and fluffy. So in another bowl, we're gonna add the flour, the sugar, all the seasonings, the baking powder, the baking soda, the salt. Now I'm going to add this in with the pumpkin mixture, slowly like this. If you have a standing mixer, go ahead and use it. I have my Bosch, but I just didn't feel like pulling that out today. I'm just gonna do a little at a time. All right, nice and light and fluffy, perfect. Since I'm going to freeze these, I'm using an aluminum pan. I'm gonna spray this, and then I'm gonna pour this in. So you can make this now just in time for all the pumpkin, everything coming up, Thanksgiving. So if you wanna make up a few of these for your holidays, this will be perfect. It'll save you so much time and money where you don't have to run out to the store and buy a dessert. Okay, your oven should be preheated to 350 degrees, and this is going to bake for about 30 to 35 minutes. Ooh, this smells so good. Let's get it in the oven. Let's make the cream cheese frosting. You're gonna need 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. I'm gonna add the butter. We're gonna give this a mix. We're gonna add the sugar. You can add a little milk to make it more spreadable, and that's what I did. Now we're gonna stir in the vanilla and mix on low. We're gonna spread the frosting evenly on the top of the cake. Yes, you can freeze this with the cream cheese frosting. It lasts up to 3 months in your freezer. You can cut them into bars now or just leave it for later. So Boston was so excited for these pumpkin bars, he begged me not to throw it in the freezer, so I said okay. But what you would do at this point is wrap your pan in saran wrap, then put some aluminum foil on top, and then you can put the plastic cover that comes with these aluminum pans over it, and that way it doesn't get, squashed in the freezer. Just wrap it in saran wrap, then aluminum foil, put a label on it, and you're good to go. This will last in your freezer for 3 months. The next pumpkin recipe is a pumpkin spice muffin. You'll need 1 cake box. You can use any flavor. I use spiced, and 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin. This couldn't be easier. Mix those together. Prepare your muffin tin. I like to use liners for easy cleanup. Spoon your batter into the muffin tins and bake for 20 to 25 minutes. We're gonna make corn dog muffins. The kids love these, and they're a perfect after-school snack. So I'm gonna double this recipe. So in a bowl, we're going to dump in the corn muffin mix. I'm using the Jiffy corn muffin mix, and this is an 8.5 ounce box. We're gonna add our egg, our milk. Make sure your oven is preheated to 400 degrees. I'm lining my muffin tin. And then we are going to fill these about 2/3 full and then put our hot dog in. You're gonna need some hot dogs. We're gonna bake for 15 to 20 minutes until golden brown. And then cool before you freeze them, if they make it to the freezer, because my kids love these. Let's make an apple pie. So pick your apples. I'm working with some Golden Delicious and green apples. I had 2 more green apples, but someone snagged them. So this is what we're gonna use. I have some more Red Delicious over in my bowl. So let's get peeling and chopping. Let's do the filling. Make your favorite pie. If you don't have one, you could use this recipe. This one's from Pillsbury. You're gonna need a tablespoon of lemon juice, 3/4 cup sugar, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. It's gonna thicken this up. 1/4 teaspoon salt, 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. I mean, to me, this is a guide. I love cinnamon. 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. Give that a mix. I also added in here 2 Pink Lady apples. You need 6 cups of apples. This is probably 8. Just fill your pie. You can't go wrong. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Let's get it in the pie tin. So I used an aluminum pie pan and I put down my bottom crust, poured in my apples. Now my mom likes to put slices of butter on her pie, and of course, that's what I do too. Add your top crust. This crust is not doing well, but that's okay. Here's my pathetic looking pie crust. I used a store-bought so I can make this fast for you guys, but this store-bought one that I got is a generic one that I have never used before, and it's not doing so hot, but that's okay. Just get your crust on the pie. We're gonna flute the edges. I'm gonna do my best to make the edges look good. Either way, it's gonna make your house smell good and everyone's belly's happy. Oh boy. Well, there's my pie. What I'm gonna do is wrap this in saran wrap a few times and then put it in a Ziploc bag. And of course, we're gonna write apple pie on our bag with today's date. And I'm gonna write the instructions on this bag. When you wanna eat this pie, you're gonna preheat your oven to 450 degrees. And when it's preheated, remove the frozen pie from the freezer, cut a few slits on top of the crust, and place it in the oven. Do not thaw it because it'll be soggy, and no one wants that. So you're gonna bake for 25 minutes, and then you will reduce the temperature to 375 and bake for 40 to 50 minutes longer, or just until the crust is golden brown and the apples are hot and soft. Now with the holidays coming up, you're gonna be doing a lot of pies. Why don't you take advantage of the not so busyness right now and do this. Bake up your favorite pies: peach pie, blueberry, pumpkin, apple, strawberry rhubarb, whatever you love. And why don't you do this and get ahead of yourself for the holidays? I'm sure we're gonna have this for either Thanksgiving or pie night coming up. So I had to save myself some time right there. Okay, for the Rice Krispie treats, I am just melting 6 tablespoons of butter. And then to that, 2 big bags of the big marshmallows. It's like a 10-ounce bag. So now we're just gonna melt this down, get it all creamy, and then we're gonna add the Rice Krispies. Right, I'm gonna spray a pan. Don't want too much, just enough to get them out of the pan. So I like to wipe up any, if it's just too much. All right, we're gonna pour this in. And when they're cool, we can go ahead and cut them. We're gonna wrap them in some wax paper, put them in a Ziploc bag, and get them in the freezer. And you could take one out, put them in the kids' lunches, and you're good to go. Especially if you know you're not gonna eat all of them quick. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this gave you an idea of which snacks and desserts that you can freeze, so that way in the future you can save some time and of course money. Stay tuned next week. I have another breakfast freezer meal coming up for you. It's one that the recipes you have never seen me do before. I'm so excited to bring it to you, and it's a collab with two of my favorite people, so make sure you're here next week for the next breakfast freezer meal video. Thanks again. We'll see you soon. Bye.